What's going on? We're here at the office today at work where all my stuff is. I'm 2 days late on this video. This video, I had meant to do it on the day of the 35th anniversary of Legend of Zelda, but all my stuff is here at work. I have my entire collections over there. I'm not going to put that on camera. It's a giant mess. But all my stuff's here, so I couldn't do a video because I wanted to pull the stuff out and show you all the games I want to talk about for a couple minutes here. So, right here. Everyone else, their first Legend of Zelda was probably the NES one. But for me, my first actual Zelda experience was this one right here, the one for the Game Boy. This is my OG cartridge that I bought many years ago at the EB Games in Montebello, California. Back in the Montebello Mall, I used to have an EB Games. So it's right here. Let me put it up real close to the camera. As you see, it's all tore up. Me and my OG Game Boy, I sucked up hundreds of AA batteries. This was probably one of the first games I ever beat on the Game Boy. And I have this game memorized because I played it so much. I still love this game. I've replayed it many times. Even later on in life, picking up the DX version because I wanted to play the DX dungeons, the ones that you had to play in color, because this was the Game Boy Color version that they did later on. I got this when I was working at GameStop back in 2003. Another cool game, another cool Zelda game I picked up during my time working at GameStop, I picked up the Oracle Seasons. These were when Capcom made a couple of Legend of Zelda games, and they used the same formula, you know, the Link to the Past, Link's Awakening template, and they made this one, and this was really good. This was really hard. Even 20-something-year-old me was getting stuck several times in this one. I got all the way through. I never managed to grab a copy of Ages. I kept meaning to buy a copy of Ages. We'd get them traded in back when I was working at GameStop back in 03, 04, and 05. But I never picked up the Ages so I could finish it, because I did Seasons, but didn't do the time travel one. Now, this one right here, this isn't my OG copy. My OG copy is floating around somewhere. But this is the second copy I picked up recently of Legend of Zelda Link to the Past 4 Swords. Now, I did manage to get the Super Nintendo. My Zelda experience is primarily on the portable systems. I didn't really play it much on the home consoles. I forgot to grab I have the GameCube disc that has the original Zelda, the weird Zelda 2, which our good friend Sam Z really loves, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask all on one GameCube disc, but I don't like those. I mean, of those four, I only really like that weird Zelda 2, honestly. It's the most relatively straightforward of those original Zeldas. Ocarina of Time, I just have a negative relationship with. I think the farthest I got was in the 3DS version that came out later on. Now, continuing this portable theme, right here I got a Legend of Zelda Minish cap, not for resale. This one, ironically, not when I was working for Nintendo, but when I was a store manager at GameStop in 2005. They sent me a copy. And so that's what they did. They took a bunch of these not for resales and sent them to the store managers at GameStop so they would play them and hopefully talk about the game, and which I did. I really liked the Minish cap. The portable ones always had the fun little gimmicks. I loved the 2D Zelda. I really love two-dimensional Zelda more than anything else. 3D Zelda, I can take or leave. I did manage to play some of Breath of the Wild. I think that one was really good. I want to eventually play Wind Waker at some point. I have it both for GameCube and Wii U. I still haven't played Wind Waker, but at least I haven't progressed very far in Wind Waker in either version. And then the last one I'm going to talk about, right here, it's been in the background the whole time, Link Between Worlds for the 3DS. This is kind of the sequel to Link to the Past. Now, that portable Link to the Past, I did play it on Super Nintendo later on in life. And really good. I love Link to the Past. I also really love Link Between Worlds. This one is really freaking good. I was so astonished at how good this game is. I keep saying was in the past tense. I did play through this again recently, I think right before my son was born. I did one more. I fired up the old 3DS and did one more playthrough, trying to do it without any any help from the internet, so to speak, or any looking up anything, and I managed to get through it and figure it out. You know, this one was really notable because it had the exact same high roll as Link to the Past. Link to the Past being probably my favorite Zelda game of all time, with the Link's Awakening being right up there. Ironically, I did not pick up the Link's Awakening remake for Switch simply because I have it so memorized, I'm not sure if I would enjoy playing through it again, but on the Switch, or paying $50, $60 to play through it again. And I'm like, oh, I can just pop in my my Game Boy cartridge into one of the many GBAs or DSs I have. Just play through it that way, because everything I've read is it's exactly the same other than some of the other stuff. But this right here, Link Between Worlds, excellent game, excellent. Love the mechanics in all these games. But so like the 2D Zelda puzzle mechanic, love that. 3D, I can live without. One of these days I'll get back to playing Breath of the Wild at some point on my Switch, because clearly Switch is portable and I like portable Zelda, so in theory I should enjoy Breath of the Wild because it's technically a portable Zelda game. Thanks for watching. Make sure follow us at DreGP Podcast on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, and then on YouTube, Dre's Geek Philosophy Podcast. We'll see you guys next time.